For so many people, starting their own business is the dream. But here's the thing. In South Korea, that dream often becomes a fight, a real battle just to stay afloat. But what if the secret to winning that fight wasn't about grinding harder, but about having a totally different kind of partner in your corner?
Okay, let me just throw a number at you. A really stark one. 7 out of 10. I mean, that's a huge number, right? But 7 out of 10 what?
Well, that's the number of new businesses in South Korea that fail within just 5 years. That's a staggering failure rate. It's this tough cycle of big dreams and, unfortunately, a lot of heartbreak happening on literally every main street. So it really makes you think, doesn't it? We're talking about incredibly passionate, hardworking people. It can't just be that they're not working enough. So what if the solution isn't more work? What if it's a smarter partner? All right, before we get to the solution, we've got to understand just how deep this crisis runs. Let's really dig into why these small businesses are struggling so much to survive. Okay, just think about this for a second. In 2020, the average annual profit dropped to only 19 million won. That's actually less than minimum wage. Imagine pouring all your savings, all your time, all those sleepless nights into your business, only to take home less than someone working a minimum wage job. That's not a business challenge, that's a personal crisis. And a massive piece of this puzzle is what people call the digital divide. I mean, look at this chart. While pretty much everything is moving online, a staggering 84.6% of these small businesses just aren't using the digital tools that could be their lifeline. They're getting left in the dust. And it's not just one thing. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. They have a hard time even getting into online markets. They've got all this data, but no idea how to analyze it. Marketing feels like a total mystery. And don't even get me started on inventory management. It's this constant, draining battle that keeps them from doing the one thing they're actually passionate about. But, okay, what if there was a way to push back against all that chaos? This is where things start to get really interesting. There's a glimmer of hope, and it comes from a new kind of partner, the AI management assistant. So what in the world is that? Well, it's not just another app you download and forget. Think of it more like a partner you can actually talk to. It plugs right into your business's real-time data. We're talking sales, inventory, even customer chats. And it doesn't just show you numbers. It translates all that messy data into real advice and even automates tasks for you. And it's really important to get this distinction right. This is so much more than a simple chatbot. The kind that just tells people when you open and close. That's reactive. This AI assistant is proactive. It's looking at sales trends, it's giving you business insights. It's not just answering questions, it's helping you run the whole show. Now, I know this might all sound a bit like science fiction, a little too good to be true, but the thing is, this concept is already out there and it's working. Let's check out some real-world results that prove this isn't just a fantasy.
And you can see this stuff is already making a huge difference. You've got global players like Tidio using it to bring in actual new revenue. Custom GPT is using a special tech to make sure the AI is super accurate. And right here at home, you have Kashini letting owners ask simple questions like, how'd my sales do this week? And get real answers. Even Kakari is saving small businesses a fortune on customer service. The bottom line is the same everywhere. This works. It delivers tangible, real-world results.
Okay, so how do you actually make this happen? The secret isn't to build some giant, complicated system that nobody knows how to use. No, the smart way to do it is with a step-by-step blueprint, a roadmap that lets the tool grow right alongside the business.
You start with the basics, right? Phase 1 is all about getting the quick wins, automating customer service, helping generate some marketing ideas. Then, in Phase 2, it gets a lot smarter. It starts analyzing customer reviews for you, helping you manage inventory. And finally, in Phase 3, it becomes a true assistant. You can literally just use your voice to tell it to do things, like automatically reorder supplies when you're running low. Pretty cool. Of course, the number one question for any small business owner is going to be, yeah, but how much does it cost? And this is the brilliant part. The answer is nothing, at least to start. By using a freemium model, you remove that huge cost barrier. Owners can get started for free, see for themselves how valuable it is, and then choose to pay for more powerful features only when their business starts to grow. Okay, but none of this matters. Literally none of it, if we don't tackle the biggest hurdle of all, trust. I mean, can you really trust an AI with your business? Can you hand over the keys? Because let's be honest, there's this huge fear of AI hallucination. That's when the AI just makes stuff up and presents it as fact.
And that's not just a little mistake. For a business owner, making a decision based on fake information could be an absolute disaster.
But there's a solution, and it's a really clever piece of tech called RAG. Now don't worry about the name, all you need to know is this. It basically puts the AI in a box. It forces the AI to only use your company's verified data to answer questions. It can't go browse the internet, it can only look at your sales reports, your inventory, your customer chats. That means it literally can't make things up.
And building that trust goes beyond just being accurate. It has to be a whole package deal. We're talking about strong data encryption, being totally transparent about how data gets used, and giving owners the absolute right to say, hey, don't use my data for AI training. And maybe most important of all, making it crystal clear that anything the AI creates for your business belongs to you, the user. Period.
So this all brings us back to that question we started with. In a world that feels more and more complicated for small business owners, could the future be simple? Could running your business, making those tough calls, and actually succeeding, could it be as easy and as natural as just having a conversation?